my camera around so it's landscape, and it would not let me do it. I wonder if there's a button here. I'm trying to find the button, and I cannot see one. Anyway, hello everyone. Let me know when you're jumping on live. I'm just going to have a fiddle around and see if I can find a button. I have never done a YouTube live stream before, so this is a learning curve. I'm going to try and put my phone carefully back into the tripod. Apologies if we get cut out. Give me 1 second. Alrighty, there we are. Okay, welcome everyone. I'm going to try to set my camera up so that hopefully you can see me. Beautiful. Welcome. So we are here for a 7-day yoga challenge. I am going to be showing up here every day at this time. It's 8 a.m. New South Wales time. I think it's 4 p.m. in New York. So anyway, we're going to be here every single day for the first week of December. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I've got a little Bluetooth mic on today. Hopefully it is connecting through to YouTube. Let me know if you cannot hear me. So we are going to get started today with some basics. So a little bit about me. Hi, I'm Kyra, if you don't know me. And in my yoga classes, I love to theme my classes around the moon. I just find that when we're syncing up to that lunar energy, that we are able to find a way to move that is resonant with us, right? So today the moon is in the waxing gibbous in Aries, and Aries is the first of the zodiac signs. So in our yoga practice today, we are going to be going right back to the basics. We're going to be focusing on the salute to the sun, the Surya Namaskar. So really coming back to basics here in our first class here for the 7-day yoga challenge. So whenever you're ready, I invite you to roll out your mat, maybe have some blocks handy as well today, and we're going to start off down in child's pose. So working your way down into child's pose, knees can be wide or knees can be together, whatever feels best for you. We'll work our way down onto the mat. Forehead goes straight down onto the mat. Arms can be extended out in front or whatever feels best here for you. And as we settle down into child's pose, we'll be here for our first few moments of practice. So I always love to invite you to come back to child's pose at any time throughout your practice. If you need to have a bit of a rest, a bit of a break, you're always welcome to come back to child's pose or any other comfortable position if child's pose doesn't feel so good for your body. So you can always come back here for however long you need to, whenever you need to. For now, though, as we start our practice, we'll begin to focus on the breath. Breathing in deeply through the nose, feeling the back of the body rise. And exhale, slowly release all of the air out of the breathing chambers. Another deep, full breath in. And a slow breath out. Deep, full breath in, filling up the back of the body. Exhale all that air out slowly and completely. We'll be here for just a few more breaths, but while we're here, I'll invite you to set an intention for your practice. Set a sankalpa. Think about how you would like to feel from showing up on the mat today. Perhaps you would like to move your body. Perhaps you would like to feel strong. Or perhaps something else. Just choosing how you would like to feel from showing up on the mat today. Setting an intention, setting a sankalpa for your practice. With that intention set, you can let it drift away, let it go. We'll come back to the breath. We're just here for a few more slow, deep breaths, breathing in deeply into the back of the body. Exhaling slowly, releasing all the air out of the breathing chambers. One last deep, full breath in here. Exhale it out. Now on your next inhale, we're going to work our way on up onto our hands and our knees, working your way on up, stacking your knees underneath your hips, hands underneath the shoulders. Here, if you've got your blocks handy today, you can bring your hands underneath the blocks if that feels better for your body here. So from here, we're going to move into some cat-cow motions. We're going to inhale, draw the belly down, open up through the chest and gaze forward. And then exhale, rounding under, tucking the chin in towards the chest as you draw the belly up towards the spine. Inhale through to your cow, gazing forward, open up through the chest. Exhale to round under, tucking the chin in towards the chest, drawing the belly up towards the spine. We'll take these cat-cow motions a few times, but here you just go at your own pace. Work with your breath. Exhaling to curl under. Inhale to gaze forward. Keep flowing here. I'm just going to grab a tissue real quick. I get a lot of pain, people, when I practice outside. All right, hopefully you're still flowing there through your cat-cow motions. We're going to take one more cow on our inhale, gazing forward. One more cat on our exhale, rounding under. And then we'll inhale. We'll come back through to a tabletop position. Hands are still either grounding down onto the mat or onto blocks. From here, we're going to tuck under our toes and exhale up to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And as we move into our first downward dog of class, you can start to walk the dog, pedaling the heels up and down on the spot, working the heels down towards the mat, stretching out through the backs of the legs. So we're just starting to warm up our body here as we prepare to move through a few rounds of Surya Namaskar Sun Salutation. So as we're moving through our downward facing dog, as we're walking the dog here, you can start to shift the hips from side to side. You can shift the shoulders from side to side. You can shake the head no, or you can nod the head yes. You can make this a full body downward facing dog. Moving in any way that's feeling good, releasing out any tension from the body. And then when you're ready, we'll work both heels down towards the mat. And it doesn't matter if the heels aren't quite there. Just work them down as far as you can. Straight or straightish legs here. Let's take a deep, full breath in here. On your exhale breath, we're going to land back down onto the knees and pull back into child's pose. Toes come to touch behind you. If you're using blocks, feel free to keep your hands on the blocks or hands and go down onto the mat. Forehead comes all the way down onto the mat. Take a few slow breaths here, breathing in deeply through the nose. Exhaling out through the nose. So as we prepare to move into a few rounds of Surya Namaskar, salute to the sun, it's important to note that there is no one right version. I have done a lot of yoga training over the years and always felt that I was trying to find the one perfect sun salutation. And the truth is that there is actually so many different variations. So we're going to go through a few different variations today, but you can always come back to child's pose. You can always pick and choose what's feeling best for your body today. For now, let's just take one last deep full breath in here in our child's pose. Exhale it out on your next inhale. We're going to come on up into our tabletop position, but then we're going to start to shift our weight forward into a plank. So again, you can have your hands on the blocks or maybe pop the hands down straight onto the mat. Knees are down. We're finding a long line from the crown of the head down towards the knees. From here, we're going to exhale, lower plank, come all the way down onto the belly. Inhale to a baby cobra. Just raise the head and the chest. On your exhale breath, we're going to push up through the hands and pull back in to child's pose. Toes come to touch, forehead goes down, arms extending out in front. If you've got any wrist issues at any time today, feel free to either use the blocks that can help alleviate any pressure on the wrist, or you can always stay on the forearms rather than putting pressure on the wrist. So feel free to modify anything that we do today if you need to. Let's just stay here for another deep, full breath in. Exhale it out. On your next inhale, let's work our way back up through to tabletop and then shift our weight forward into that supported plank. Knees stay down, hands underneath the shoulders. Exhale, lower plank, come all the way down into the belly. Inhale through to your baby cobra, raise the head and chest. From here, exhale, tuck under the toes. We're going to shift on up and then send our hips up and back to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Work the heels down towards the mat. Let's take a deep, full breath in here. Exhale it out. And at the end of that breath out, let's raise the head, look towards the hands, and step all the way up to the top of the mat. Take as many steps as you need. On your inhale, bring the hands to the shins, gaze forward, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale down to your forward fold, soft bend through the knees, tuck the head down towards the legs. Inhale, we're going to roll all the way on up to standing, just meeting at the top of the mat in Tadasana, mountain pose. From here, you're welcome to take any adjustments that you need to make, fixing up your hair, fixing up your clothing, grabbing a tissue. We've got a lot of hay fever today. So hopefully we are doing okay. I cannot really see my camera screen from here. So hopefully, if I quickly pop over here and have a quick look, hopefully we're doing okay. I can see that there's a few of you joining me live. So yay. Alrighty. So from here, we are going to, we've finished our little warm-up section. We're going to flow through a few rounds of our Surya Namaskar, starting at the top of the mat, feet are grounding down through to the earth. Our crown of the head is reaching on up towards the sky. Arms are active, fingers reaching straight down towards the earth. Beautiful. Let's take a deep full breath in here. Exhale out that breath. On your next inhale, let's sweep our hands all the way on up, palms feet together overhead, over Hastasana. And then exhale, come all the way down through to your forward fold, Uttanasana. Tuck the head down towards the legs. On your inhale, halfway lift, gazing forward, Ardha Uttanasana, straight legs, straight spine. Exhale, we're going to bring our hands all the way down onto the mat, or you can use the blocks here, bend through the knees. We're going to take a big step back, and maybe here we're landing in a plank position, or maybe just drop down onto the knees for a supported plank. From here, we're going to exhale, lower plank, and come all the way down onto the belly, and then inhale up to your baby cobra, raise the head and chest, gaze forward. From here, we're going to exhale, we're going to pull back to child's pose. And pause here for a deep full breath in. Exhale it out. On your inhale, we're shifting back up onto our hands and knees, tucking under the toes. Exhale up to downward facing dog. Let's take one deep full breath in here. Exhale out that breath and then gaze forward. Step, or you can jump all the way up to the top of the mat. On your inhale, halfway lift, gazing forward. Exhale to your forward fold. Tuck the head down towards the knees. Inhale, rolling all the way on up to standing. This time we're going to sweep our hands all the way on up, meeting at Urdhva Hastasana, upward salute, stretch, reaching up towards the sky. Exhale to your forward fold. Bring the hands all the way down in front of the body. Bring the hands down towards the mat, soft bend through the knees, tuck the head down. Inhale to your halfway lift, gazing forward. Exhale, bring the hands all the way down to the mat or to the blocks. We're going to step back into our choice of plank. Maybe here you stay on the toes. Feel free to come down onto the knees if that feels better for you. Exhale, we're lowering plank. Inhale, maybe you pull up to a baby cobra, or maybe you come up to a full cobra. From here, we're going to tuck under the toes and pull back to downward facing dog. Child's pose is an option here if you would prefer. Let's pause here for 3 deep full breaths. Breathing in deeply through the nose. Exhaling out through the nose. Feeling strong here. Fingers are spread wide. If you're in downward facing dog, grounding down through all 5 fingertips on each hand. We're here for 1 more deep full breath in. Exhale out that breath. If you're in child's pose, meet us up in downward facing dog. We're gazing forward towards the hands and then stepping or jumping all the way up to the top. On your inhale, halfway lift. Hands might come to the shins, or maybe just raise up onto the fingertips, gaze forward. Exhale down to your forward fold. Tuck the head down towards the legs. On your inhale, rolling all the way on up to standing, sweeping the hands all the way on up, Urdhva Hastasana, upward salute. Exhale, let's fold all the way back down through to our forward fold. Soft bend through the knees, tuck the head down. Inhale to your halfway lift, gazing forward, straight spine, straight legs. Exhale, bring the hands all the way down to your mat. We're stepping back to your choice of plank. So what we're about to move through from our plank, this is called our vinyasa. From our plank, we lower plank, come all the way down onto the belly. Inhale up through to your cobra, maybe your full cobra, baby cobra, or maybe even to upward dog, raising the thighs off the mat. And then from here, exhale, tuck under the toes, shift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. So that little sequence there, this is our vinyasa. Now at any time, you're welcome to skip our vinyasa. We can always meet back in downward facing dog. We can always meet back in child's pose. For now, though, let's just stay here in downward facing dog for one more deep full breath in. Exhale out that breath. At the end of that breath out, raise the head, look towards the hand, step or jump all the way up to the top. On your inhale, halfway lift, gazing forward. Exhale down to your forward fold. Soft bend through the knees, tuck the head down. Now on your inhale, we're going to sweep our hands on up into chair pose, Utkatasana. So you're sitting down like you're taking an imaginary seat. Chest is raised, arms are active, reaching forward. Take a deep full breath in here. On your exhale, sweep the hands on down, back down through to your forward fold, Uttanasana. Tuck the head down. On your inhale, halfway lift, gaze forward, straight legs, straight spine. Exhale, bring the hands all the way down to the mat. Step back to your choice of plank if you want to move through your vinyasa or just meet us in downward facing dog. If you're working through your vinyasa, exhale, lower plank. Inhale through to your choice of cobra or maybe up dog. Tuck under the toes, exhale to downward facing dog, or you can pull back to child's pose, your choice. Holding here for a few slow, deep breaths. Breathing in deeply through the nose. Exhaling slowly out through the nose. Another deep full breath in here. Exhale it out. If you've taken child's pose, I'll invite you to meet us up in downward facing dog. We're here for one more deep full breath in. Exhale out that breath and then raise the head. Look towards the hand, step or jump all the way up to the top of the mat. On your inhale, halfway lift, gazing forward. Exhale down to your forward fold, Uttanasana, tuck the head down. On your inhale, we're sweeping our hands on up into Utkatasana, chair pose, sinking the hips down like you're taking a seat. So what we're moving into here with our chair pose, this is Surya Namaskar B, or a variation of. So a little bit more of a challenge here. Take one more deep full breath in here. On your exhale, sweep the hands down for Uttanasana, forward fold, tuck the head down. Inhale to your halfway lift, gazing forward, straight spine, straight legs. Exhale, bring the hands down, step or even jump back into your plank, or feel free to meet us in downward dog or child's pose. If you're taking your vinyasa, exhale, lower plank. Inhale through to your cobra or your up dog. Exhale, tuck under the toes, downward facing dog, send the hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, grounding down through the fingertips. Taking a few slow, deep breaths here. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the nose. Let's just stay here for one more deep full breath in. Exhale it out, and then we're going to pull down onto the knees and shift back into child's pose. Hips come down towards the heels. Forehead goes down. Arms can extend out in front if that's feeling good. Taking a few slow, deep breaths here in your child's pose. Breathing in deeply into the back of the body. Exhaling to release all the air out of the breathing chambers. Another deep full breath in here. Exhale it out. On your next breath in, we're going to walk our hands up towards the body. We're going to come up to a seated position. We're going to move into a bit of a cool down, and then Shavasana is coming up really soon. We're going to meet in Dandasana. Bring your legs out in front, staff pose, ground down through the sit bones, legs are active, feet are flexed. From here, we're going to bend our left knee and then bring our left knee over towards the left. Your left foot is against your right thigh. From here, if that left knee is up quite high, feel free to grab a block and pop a block underneath the left thigh, underneath the left knee for a bit of support. Keep your right leg active here. Right foot is flexed. We're going to inhale, sweep our right arm all the way on up. Create length through the spine. On your exhale breath, reaching forward for the right ankle, shin, maybe the foot or the big toe, drawing the head down towards the right knee. Keeping your right leg active here. So you're finding that stretch through the right hamstrings to the back of the right leg. Just going to wherever it's feeling good for your body. One more deep, full breath in here. Exhale out that breath. On your next inhale, release the foot or the leg, roll all the way on up. We'll bring our left knee on up, plant the left foot down. The left foot can stay on the left side of the mat, or maybe it steps over the right thigh and grounds down on the right side of the mat. From here, we're going to bring our right arm around our left thigh, hug the left thigh there, and then your left hand is going around behind the body as we move into a seated twist. Keep flexing through your right foot here. Your right leg stays active. Take a deep full breath in here. Create length through your spine. On your exhale breath, maybe you can deepen the twist. Maybe gazing right around over your shoulder. You just go as far as it feels good here for you. Finding that twist through the spine, releasing and letting go. On your next breath in, let's release back around through to the center. Step over your left leg if you had it over the right thigh, and then extend your left leg out long. You can give the legs a bit of a shake there if you need to. And then from here, we're going to bend the right knee and send the right knee over to the right. Again, here you've got the option to use a block underneath your right thigh, underneath your right knee for a bit of support. From here, inhaling, sweeping the left arm all the way up, create length through your spine. On your exhale breath, reaching forward for the left foot, maybe taking hold of the ankle, the shin, maybe the foot, maybe the big toe. You're just going to wherever you can reach here, drawing your head down towards your left knee. Take one last deep full breath in here, Janu Sushasana. Exhale it out, and then on your inhale, releasing the foot or the leg, rolling all the way on up. We'll bring our right knee back up, plant the right foot down. It can stay on the right side, or maybe you step your right foot over the left thigh. Keep flexing through your left foot. Left leg is staying active. We're moving into our seated twist. Bring your left arm around the right thigh. Right hand reaches around behind you for a bit of support. Maybe turning the head to gaze over the right shoulder if that's feeling good. We'll take a deep full breath in here, create length through the spine, and then on your exhale breath, maybe you can deepen the twist, maybe gazing around just that little bit further. Keep flexing through the left foot, keeping the left leg active here. On an inhale breath, we'll release out of the twist, coming back around through to the center. You can step your right foot back over, extend your right leg out long. And then from here, we're going to work our way down onto our backs. You've got the option to just roll your way on down using your core muscles to help you get down, or otherwise just work your way down any way that feels good for you. As you work your way down onto your back, we'll bring the knees up to the chest, Uppanasana, knees to chest pose. Wrap the arms around the legs and give yourself a gentle rock from side to side here, giving the lower back a bit of a massage. And a bit of release there through the hips, through the lower back, maybe taking some circles here with the hips. Maybe going in one direction and then maybe bringing the hips around in the opposite direction. And then from here, if there's any other final stretch your body is calling for, feel free to take that stretch now. Otherwise, from here, we're going to set ourselves up for Shavasana. Legs can be extended out long, arms can rest down by the sides. Just let the legs relax, feet flop gently out to the sides. Palms face up, fingers slightly curled in. Closing down the eyes or softening the gaze. We're just here for a few moments as you release any tension out of the body. as you relax and let go. One of the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali is Sthira Sukham Asanam, which translates to mean that the poses should have a balance between effort and ease. As we've put in so much effort throughout our Surya Namaskar flows today, we can now relax and find ease in our final pose, Shavasana. Please enjoy your Shavasana, and I'll let you know when it's time to come out. We'll take a deep, full breath in through the nose and a slow breath out through the nose. Begin to bring your awareness back into your physical body, maybe wriggling the fingers, maybe wriggling the toes, maybe stretching out the arms or stretching out the legs, taking a full body stretch. Whenever you're ready, you can roll on over to your favorite side and take a moment to pause and rest, savoring this transition between your practice and the rest of your day. Whenever you're ready, you can use your top hand to push your way on up and work your way on up to a comfortable seated position, keeping our eyes closed or the gaze soft as you arrive in any comfortable seat. We'll meet with our hands together in front of the heart center, Anjali Mudra prayer position, thumbs rest against the heart. From here, bow the head down towards the hands, giving yourself a moment of gratitude for showing up on the mat today, for doing something just for you. And if you set an intention or a sankalpa at the start of your practice, come back to that intention now. Whether you wanted to move your body, to feel strong, or perhaps something else, may you carry that intention with you for the rest of your day. Pranam. Thank you for being here. Thank you everyone for joining me for today's live yoga class. I will come up a little bit closer to the camera so I can see. I'm not sure if there's any chats or anything, but anyway, hi. Thank you so much for being here today. If you do have any questions, any feedback, feel free to let me know in the chat, and hopefully I will be able to see things if they pop up. And don't forget to join me again tomorrow for day 2 of the yoga challenge. I have so many fun classes planned for the entire week ahead, so I will be here every day for the first week of December, starting at 8 a.m. New South Wales time or 4 p.m. New York time, depending where you are in the world. You should hopefully start seeing some like little live preview sort of things come up on YouTube as I schedule in I figured out how to schedule things in advance. So yeah, go me. So you should see that, and then you should have easier access to join me each day for our live yoga class. Anyway, hopefully I will see you again later on in the week. Thanks so much for being here, and I will see you all again soon. Bye for now. Have a magical day.